It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Golden State Warriors at Oracle Arena. And for Golden State, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. A rematch of the incredible NBA Finals of 2015. Warriors came out on top in that series in 6. Looking back now, Shaq, do you think the Cavs could have won if they were healthy?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We don't like to use ifs. We don't like to make up excuses. However, losing Kyrie and Love was devastating for the
The Golden Gate Bridge, not only a national treasure, but a busy thoroughfare as well. And welcome, everyone, to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So for the Cavaliers, their last game, a loss to the Golden State Warriors. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Passes it to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Misses the three.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
The kick out to Irving. Tries again. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
And the Warriors with possession here. The Cavaliers making the shot. Count the bucket. Barnes has got his first bucket of the night.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
LeBron passes to Thompson. Out to Smith. To the middle. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bogut. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Barnes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layup. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012. After 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. Nice shot from the wing.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Kicks it to Bogut. Thompson from long range. Cavaliers with the rebound. Harrison Barnes, of course, went to North Carolina. Grew up as a huge fan of former Tar Heel Michael Jordan.
Yeah, you know, interesting. His mother started taping Jordan's games on the VCR years before he was born. His given name, Harrison Bryce Jordan Barnes. How about that for a factoid?
I didn't know that.
Nor did I.
Thompson with the bucket.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
It's stolen by Curry. Thompson dishes to Barnes for the three. No luck. Great D that time from Irving. LeBron kicks to Irving. For three, Smith. And he gets it to go. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
He's one of the guys they don't mind taking the three in transition when he's that open. He's lethal out there.
Curry outside. No good. And Cleveland the other way now. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Really a resounding loss the last time they matched up. They got absolutely manhandled on the boards.
And Greg, you know how it is. At some point, you've just got to man up and play with a lot more aggressiveness and toughness and pride inside.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Thompson misses. Warriors trail by three. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
We've got 1:55 left in the first. Irving with a clean look. Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Cavs.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three. And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously, injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for James. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Kevin, here's where the Warriors rank in the NBA over the last month. First in assists, second in scoring. And they're the #2 field goal percentage team in the league. This is a team that has really grown in that area, taking good shots and knocking them down.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Now here's Spates. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And he gets the bucket. 1:19 left to play in the first quarter. And Shumpert kicks to Dellavedova. Green with the block. Out to Shumpert. Inside, Dellavedova. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Kicks it out to Iguodala. Lets it go from deep. That's good. Iguodala's got his first 3 points of the game.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right? Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Here's the three. Mozgov grabs the board. Cleveland leading by 3. Shumpert passes to Smith. Dellavedova dishes to Mozgov. And Shumpert kicks to Smith. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. All alone, and Green with the lay-in.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And here we go. Warriors running again.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Smith for... Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And
we caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself.
We expect so much out of each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Cavaliers.
they've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Iguodala out there with Rush. And it's Azili in at the 5, roaming the paint. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
How much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency. Unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
In talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
Curry can't get it to go.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. And the Warriors with some changes. Bogut comes in for Brandon Rush. And Ian Clark subbed in for Klay Thompson.
Andrew Bogut.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And he gets it to go. And it's 7 points for LeBron.
You know, on the topic of LeBron, one of the few areas where he could improve consistency in is from the three-point line. 3 years ago, he hit over 40% from downtown. 2 years ago, 38. Then last year, down to 35.
Love the pass to Irving. Takes the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. Kicks it out to Love. Irving dishes to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. James, no good. The Warriors trailing. Azili kicks to Clark. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Irving, Cleveland moving the ball around. Thompson passes to Shumpert, and it's sent back by Bogut, and they get it back. Irving dishes to Thompson. Here's Shumpert. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Looking at Golden State since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they put up. First in scoring, first in assists, and they're also #1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with.
Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far. Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat from deep.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-handed.
Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start this season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging-type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
So, timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Smith for three. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
It's tipped. Here's Iguodala. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them. Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Warriors leading by 11. Here's Spates, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Here is Livingston. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. From deep three-point range, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half is now.
Thank you, Kev.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams, and that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And, you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last two quarters, but I'd love to see him try.
Check it.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
And no
fun.
doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And it's Smith missing.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
That's good. And that's 20 points for Barnes.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
The #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. You know, and on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Iman Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Smith outside. And it's Smith again missing.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. And a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point.
Jacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bringing it
sir.
down hard.
Yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight. Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Rush in for Harrison Barnes.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And Thompson last season set the record for most points ever in a quarter with 37. Made all 13 shots and 2 free throws and finished the game with 52 points. You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. He hits the second from the line.
And Thompson making all 9 of his 3-pointers in that game. I mean, that was also a record, the most 3-pointers in a quarter. I think that performance sealed his place among the All-Star reserves.
Timeout for Golden State.
Timeout called the Warriors. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Irving attacking. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Irving, a good look. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Down low, inside Leaner. And no good, trying to use the glass.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Outside Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 13 points for Kyrie Irving. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Warriors leading by 11.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Shumpert with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. And he gets it to go. Frye's got 6 points.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Curry can't get it to go.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
In the corner, Irving with it. To the left wing. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Festus Ezeli. Ian Clark comes in for Green, and it's Livingston in for Curry.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Carter? What's your read on it?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is the best elixir for that.
And Cleveland making a change here. James is checked in.
That's his second personal foul.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way. That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
That is good. And that's 15 points for Kyrie Irving. We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The three-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing in back at Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
And arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Green. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. The Cavaliers trail by 9. And Thompson sends it back. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Pass to Clark from outside the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Clark's got his third basket of the night. Dellavedova from outside, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Warriors on top, leading by 14. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we... Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Warriors leading by 14. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the center. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees from there. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Here's Curry. Beyond the arc.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Smith kicks to Dellavedova. Some nice passing by Cleveland here to the inside and stolen by Barnes. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
The Cavaliers trail by 18. The drive by Shumpert. Oh, wow. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Green with the block. And Thompson kicks to Love. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch four-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Cleveland. Warriors leading by 14. Curry outside. The long distance three is barely.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. On the wing, Irving. Outside jumper. The drive by Love. And he gets it to go. Love's got 4 points in the quarter.
And then that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And it's sent back by Irving. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. And the Cavaliers making a change here. James is checked in.
LeBron James.
Curry setting the pick for Green. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence, and also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
The Cavaliers trail by 16. Irving passes to Thompson. James kicks to Thompson. Irving for three. It's rebounded by Curry. Curry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Thompson. The shot is off, and Cleveland will come the other way.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Curry gets the bucket.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough. And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the center because of the way he carries himself, and a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about him.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Here's Irving. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Curry's shot is good.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Irving attacking. Cannot hit. Great D that time from Green. Here's Iguodala, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
Sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah, right. You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And Commissioner Silver taking a bold stance on sports betting. I mean, going into last season, he wrote that op-ed piece saying that it needs to be legalized federally and basically brought into the light of day.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And for Commissioner Silver arguing for legalized sports betting, that's a major reversal from what most sports commissioners Clark had said in the past.
Yeah, I like his open-mindedness, not just about that issue, but a number of issues that confront the league. And, he's right in regards to the gambling. With the internet, people are making these bets anyway, so it makes sense for the league to take a look at it.
Warriors leading by 21. Azili. It's hauled in by LeBron.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72-win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Draymond Green. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
So it's the Warriors now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And that one's good.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Fry dishes to Mozgov. Here's Shumpert. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
First one falls for him. Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
The Warriors making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Rush's shot is off.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
That free throw, no good.
That's his third personal foul. Penalty situation.
And he sinks the second. 17 seconds left in the game. And Fry kicks to Shumpert. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Maurice Speights did not like that. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what? That man can climb a ladder.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green wins games for you. It's just that.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.